Preston Indians won games against Blackfoot and Bear Lake at home last week, giving them a 5-game winning streak. But the game against Blackfoot was the most exciting of all. Preston will travel to Marsh Valley this Friday and Bonneville on Wednesday, January 29th. Both varsity games will start at 7:30 p.m. It was an exciting game on Friday against the Broncos, which the Indians won 63-62 in overtime. The victory puts them at 2-3 in conference play with 4 district games left. Preston led the majority of the game, sometimes going up by as many as 8 points, but Blackfoot stayed in it and nearly came up with a victory when they forced a turnover in the final seconds of the fourth quarter and finished with a layup. But it was too late, time had already expired, and overtime ensued. The Indians jumped out to an early lead, fueled by R.J. Harris, who had 11 of his 15 points in the first quarter. Trailing 20-12, Blackfoot stepped it up in the second quarter and closed the gap to 3, 31-29, and from then on it was back and forth. At the end of the third quarter, the score was tied 42-all and 56-all at the end of the fourth. Preston started the overtime strong and was up 61-57 with 2 minutes to go, but Blackfoot pushed back. The Indians held just a 1-point lead with 31.9 seconds to go, and Blackfoot had possession. The Broncos thought they had it won when the clock ran down, and they made a 3 with 5.2 seconds on the clock, and they held a 62-61 lead. But there was plenty of time for Preston. They inbounded the ball to R.J. Harris, who used his speed to break the press and get into Preston's key, where he passed it into Preston Hobbs with 2.4 seconds to go. Hobbs' shot was contested, but it wasn't enough to stop him, and his basket gave the Indians a 63-62 victory. Coach Tyler Jones said, "You practice for these situations all of the time, for moments like that when you need them, and the kids executed it perfectly. That's what you love to see." "We didn't hit our foul shots, and we were fortunate there at the end to get the victory," Jones said, "but we'll take it. It's a big win, and hopefully we can learn from the mistakes we made down the stretch." Lords had 18 points and 12 rebounds for the Indians. Against Bear Lake on January 15th, Preston prevailed 61-34. Austin Smaley led with 17 points, while Lords chipped in 16. For the Preston Citizen, this is Greg Madsen.